Hello, welcome to Discuss with Ibrahim Fatoyinbo. My name is Ibrahim Fatoyinbo, and this is my YouTube channel where you learn, you relearn, and you unlearn. And today's content is listening. Listening. We hear people say listening. It's not listening, it's listen, all right? And it's a continuation of speech and speech communication. And another aspect is listening. So what do you understand, and what are the things you'll be learning? You understand the concept of listening, the kind of listening, and how to become a better listener. So those are the things you'll be learning here. So let's talk about listening. A scholar once said, Lucas in 2004 says that hearing is a psychological process involving the vibration of sound waves on the eardrum and the firing of electromagnetic impulses. So all those ones are just grammar, all right? What we are saying here is that you can hear, but you might not be listening. I'm here now recording, but I can hear sound. But listening is when I pay attention to that sound to say, what is really happening? Oh, they are fighting. So you can hear. So listening, on the other hand, involves paying close attention to and making sense out of it. You can hear, but not listening. So listening is when you pay attention to certain things. But do you know that there are ways, or what we call kinds of listening? But I'm sure after this episode or after this tutorial, you know where you fall, the kind of listener that you are. Now let's talk. The first one is appreciative listening. Appreciative listening. Now it deals with listening for pleasure or entertainment. So for example, listening to music, to comedy, it's an example of appreciative listening. When you listen to it, you just laugh, it relax your nerves, right? So that is the first kind of listening. The other one is emphatic listening. Emphatic listening. So listening to provide emotional support for the speaker. Here, when you listen as a medical doctor or a pharmacist, when you have a patient and you pay attention and you connect with them, there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in someone else's shoe. Like I know, I've witnessed that before. Sympathy is just saying, oh, wait, yeah, sorry, you will not see such thing again. All right. So here, when you talk about emphatic listening, it's like when you listen to put yourself in such person's shoe and you connect with that person and they open up with you more. Right. So listening to provide emotional support for the speaker as a medical doctor or somebody, counselor, could listen to you. That's an emphatic listening. Comprehensive listening is to understand the message of the speaker, such when attending. So when you're in class, when I say, oh, you are going to be writing tests after this class, I'm sure 99% of the students will be more attentive. While you are listening is more of comprehensive listening, because you are listening to understand. So at the end of the class, you'll be able to succeed in the test that will be given to you. Another one is the critical listening. Critical listening to evaluate a message for purpose of accepting or rejecting. As when we listen to sales speech of a used car, the campaign speeches of a political candidate, or closing argument of an attorney. So when you talk about critical listening, we're talking about you are very critical about listening. That means they're talking about everything being criticizing and critique. Criticizing is about condemning, but critique is following those criteria of assessing a particular argument or assessing if such person is listening critically or comprehensively. So here, critical is about somebody you want to, when you go for all these, when you go for pitch and you have judges seated here, when they listen to you, they are listening to you critically. They are making point. They are noting their point. Listening to you. All right. So when you want to contest election, when a politician is talking, is a pure example of critical listening. So we successfully talked about kind of listening, appreciative listening, emphatic listening, comprehensive listening, critical listening. Let's talk about causes of poor listening. Number one, lack of concentration. Causes of poor listening, lack of concentration when you don't pay attention. I always advise my students as a lecturer that don't sit next to your best friend. They will always distract you in class. So, lack of concentration. The second one, listening too hard. When you listen, you have some students like, before you say anything, they note everything. When the speaker sings, they note everything. So, even when the idea, the main points of that speech is about to be let out, everything is just, you have written a lot of irrelevancy. So that means you are listening very hard. Every details you are writing, this one you are writing, so even when you want to read, you can't even compare to say like these are the key points that was made. Another thing is jumping to conclusion. We have a lot of people like that. You don't listen to understand, you listen to respond. Let me say that again. You listen to respond. You don't listen to understand. And that's why when somebody is talking, all you do is like, okay, say what you want to say, I'm listening. It's a lie, this thing. So when you talk about jumping into conclusion, I know what you want to say, that is not this one. That's, you won't be able to, you are not a good listener when you do like that. The last one is focusing on delivery and personal appearance. Some people, what you do, I'll use lecturing because I'm a lecturer. Is the first thing is to look at the shoe of your lecturer. Look at their tie. Look at their suits. Look at all this man is wearing. His tie is not even this one. So from there, when you are looking at the physical appearance, when such lecturer is dispensing relevant information, you are going to miss it. Because all you are doing is to say, another set of students that will say, look at that fine man, look at that pretty woman. You will be distracted, you won't be able to connect and understand. So let's talk about, that is about causes of poor listening. Lack of concentration, listening too hard, jumping to conclusion, focusing on delivery and personal appearance. How to become a better listener, and that is the last one for this episode. How to become a better listener. We have said how not to. Now, take listening seriously. Listening seriously. Like concentrate. Pay attention. Pay attention. Be active listener. When you say you be an active listener, that means you listen with undivided attention. You listen to. Some of you, for example, you are listening to this video, you are being distracted by friends, you're inside the bus, you are doing everything. You are distracted. Even when I make salient point, you might miss it. So when you listen, you must listen undivided. Resist distraction. You must stay away from distraction. Stay away from, if you want to listen to this video and Arsenal and Chelsea is playing, how will you listen? You'll be distracted. You want to listen to this video and you're watching the MVCA and you say you want to prepare for it. You don't work that way. That means you are distracted. Another one is suspend judgment. Stop judging. Something like, what is this man even saying? Is it why they said we should watch this one, that one? Because while you are even saying that thing, you won't be able to learn. I've always advised people, when you don't like a lecturer, you will not understand their courses most times, in most cases, because they irritate you. Another thing is listen to main points. Know the main point, know the topic, know the main point the speaker wants to say. Listen for evidence. Watch out for facts and figures. I think at this point, we have successfully discussed what listening is all about. How you can listen, methods of listening, kinds of listening, appreciative, emphatic listening, comprehensive listening, critical listening. And we've discussed about causes of poor listening, lack of concentration, and every other thing. How to become a better listener is just what we concluded now. I hope you have learned and you know the kind of listener you are. You can never be a great communicator if you are not a great listener. Please subscribe to Discuss with Ibrahim Fatima for more wonderful content. Thank you.